What's up, everybody? Crash here. Welcome back to Crash Against the Spread, where we talk about sports from a betting perspective. It is Thursday, November 7th, and we have a couple different things to talk about today. If you do like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, all that stuff. It does help out more than you think. It helps out that algorithm for us. But let's go ahead and talk about yesterday real quick. Just like that, we're back in the green. We had 6 picks yesterday, went 4-2. So only people on the shit list are Lakers. Didn't cover the +2 against the Grizzlies, but we said if Anthony Davis didn't play, we didn't like that one. So he did not play, and they lost by 16 points. Also, the over on the Pistons and the Hornets, and admittedly, the one thing I didn't look at is their pace numbers for the year. So that's generally on a different site than I normally look at. So I just missed it. But knowing that now and seeing how close I got, because they were going back and forth in that last minute with fouls trying to win the game. So real close game. I do think that it had the chance of hitting. We just had some low scoring first half quarter. So 4-2 we went though. We did get Golden State won. I don't want to say easily over the Hornets. It was a little back and forth in that second half. But they won outright as 6-point underdogs. Pacers covered a number against the Magic, which Magic didn't let them have it easy. So that 5.5, 6 points came towards the end of the game. And the Cavs ended up pulling away from the Pelicans late, 131-122. And Houston rolled over on the Spurs. Spurs on the back-to-back. We'll talk about that shortly. Before 2, good day for me. Glad I skipped the college football games. I would have went, I think, 2-2 on those. So no real reason to bet them. We do have 2 more today. Florida Atlantic is at Eastern Carolina, and Appalachian State is at Coastal Carolina. So if you have picks for those, leave them for me in the comments so we can all win something tonight. But let's go ahead and get into the NBA games real quick, and then let's talk about NFL football. So tonight we have the Blazers at the Spurs. Both teams are 3-5. Portland's 5-2 against the number, though. San Antonio's 4-4. In this game, I think I like San Antonio. They are coming off a loss. This is their first time playing each other this year, and I think that San Antonio at home might be the better bet. They have the same people out from yesterday, but they're playing a completely different team. The Rockets team is a team that I think they're going to struggle with more often than not until they get some more pieces over there. But this Portland team, I think that they can get got. Portland has 3 wins on the season also, and they've only beaten the Pelicans twice, and they beat the Clippers. And Clippers were missing Kawhi. Everybody else played, so yeah, it's 9-point underdogs. They beat them outright by 1 point. So they have played good teams other than that. Golden State, Sacramento, the Thunder, the Suns. So not an easy. You know what? I don't even know if I want to bet this game at all. I can see a situation looking at the level of competition where Portland does cover this number. So I am going to stay off of this game for one. Chicago, Minnesota. I like the Timberwolves here. Chicago's missing. They're missing Zach LaVine and Lonzo Ball. In their last game, one of their starters was in double digits. It's not good. It's not good at all. And with this Timberwolves team, big on defense, I don't think that the Bulls can hang with them. Have they played yet this season, though? They have not. So this will be their first meeting this season. And I like the Timberwolves. I like the Timberwolves here, minus the 8.5. I just think by the end of the game, they can win this by double digits. Chicago has got beat by 20 by the Mavs. They got beat by 9 by the Jazz. Beat by 8 by the Nets. They beat an injured Magic team. They beat a Grizzlies team. Lost to the Thunder. Beat the Bucks, which everybody's doing. And lost to the Pelicans in their first game. That's the Pelicans' only win, I think. Well, they might have 2 on the season now. 3. But the Pelicans are covering spreads. That's the thing that we have to realize. Pelicans are covering spreads. They're just not winning games. So, you can expect them to win, but you can bet on them to cover. But in this game, I like the Timberwolves. Minus the 8.5. Maybe a look to the under also. Jazz and the Bucks is the final game for the NBA. It's a good chance for the Bucks to get a good, convincing win, but I don't really like it. Giannis is day-to-day. Middleton's still out. They've been free-falling since that first game where they beat the Sixers with no Embiid and no Paul George. Just don't know what to like about this team just yet. Jazz coming off a win versus Chicago. Who's to say that they can't cover this big spread? So let's skip this game also. I guess I just like the Timberwolves on this NBA card. So looking at the NFL game, Cincinnati and Baltimore on Thursday Night Football. Baltimore 6.5 or 6-point favorites. Totals at 53. Totals going up. I like the over, but we were in overtime last time, so let's try to dive a little deeper to see if we still like it. So they, like I said, they did play recently. I do still see a 52.5 at certain places. So I would definitely shop around for that total. So it is going up to 53. I see a 52.5 on 2 different books. Let's check Hard Rock. Okay, just had to lock that stuff in real quick. I like the Bengals plus the 6, and I like the over 52.5, which I just took. So shop around, try not to get that 53. The over, looking at this last game, only 3 points were scored in OT, so they went to overtime at 38-38. 17 points were scored by Baltimore in the fourth quarter, and 14 points were scored by Cincinnati in the fourth quarter. So Cincinnati was up. Cincinnati was up going into that, going into the end of the game, and Baltimore had to come back. So they ended up doing it. Got the last field goal at OT, and I'm thinking it could be the same type of game. The only difference is, I think Baltimore just got. What was their trade piece they just got? Tre'Davious White from the Rams. Then last week they got Deontay Johnson from the Panthers. So a cornerback and a wide receiver, and T. Higgins is out. So I think they've kind of replaced the production and gotten a little better on defense. Bengals didn't do anything. But I don't think that Joe Burrow is in the mood to be played with right now. So I think he's going to be as focused as he needs to be. I think he's going to come out and realize that this is his arch nemesis, Lamar, and he's going to come out firing. So just like they were ahead going into the fourth quarter this time, I can't see why they wouldn't be, or last time, I can't see why they wouldn't be this time. So we had Baltimore favored by 2.5 this time, based on the games that they've played in between. Is the only reason the spread has gone up. So Cincinnati has a loss in that time period by 20 to Philly. They beat the Giants by 10. They beat Cleveland by a touchdown, and they blew out the Raiders. So they only got one bad loss in here, and it's outside their conference, outside the division, and this game is more important. So I can't take close to a touchdown. I can't lay close to a touchdown with Baltimore against a division rival with Joe Burrow at the quarterback. So that's just where I'm at for this. Most of the games this season has gone over for both teams, except for the Cleveland and New York Giants game for the Bengals. And every game has gone over for the Ravens, except for that Buffalo game, 35-10. They had a total of 47.5. They got the 45. So only 7 out of the 9 games that they've played would have gone over this 52 number, but that's still a good percentage. So over Bengals +6 is my pick for that. So I like the T-Wolves. Kind of like the under in that game. That's my least favorite pick. But I really like the over in this football game and the Bengals +6. So those are going to be my 4. Lock those in. Let's get this money. We'll be back tomorrow to talk some more NBA and maybe some college football. So we'll see you then.